So definitely familiar to the channel and definitely familiar to anyone who has an electric vehicle. I'm here with Andrew at Octopus. I guess, well, what's this corner of the stand?
But this is the EV side of the business. So what people don't know is we lease EVs, but part of our package is the Intelligent Go Tariff, which has just launched in the last 12 months. And it basically gives our users even more time to get cheaper and renewable energy to pump in their cars. It used to be 4 hours on the Go Tariff.
Yeah.
Now it's extended to 6 hours. So you're locked in from 11:30 p.m. to 5:30 a.m. So that's at the moment 7.5p, which everyone knows is extremely cheap.
Yep.
And then there's fluctuating times throughout the day, depending on grid demand and supply. Obviously, everyone's aware that wind and solar can be fluctuating. So when there's an overabundance of supply or there's a lack of demand, the wholesale price can dynamically go down. So during those times, we also give a 7.5p rate. And our integrated chargers, like the Omi Home Pro and the Zappi, are all integrated into our software. And it's called Intelligent because it's smart enough to know when it drops in price. And you plug in, your car's plugged in and it just pumps in the cheaper energy as and when it's available. So yeah.
Off camera, you actually mentioned about having a smarter grid. Do you want to care to explain a bit more about that?
Yes. Well, obviously, as we expand all the renewable sources, so wind and solar is pretty obviously now going to be the dominant providers of energy. If you looked at any futures from 10 years ago, the cost declines that we're seeing have been very, very predictable, and the exponential growth is happening. And we're getting to the stage now where by 2030, wind and solar will be the biggest generators of energy across the globe.
Absolutely.
And obviously, it's going to be cheap energy, but we like to think as dumb energy because obviously we can't choose when the wind blows and the sun shines. So then all the intelligence is going to be on the demand side. So sophisticated software enabling virtual power plants. Something we have is called Crack and Flex. And then also there's new sources of demand from EVs and heat pumps, which can be turned on and off during times of peak load. So with Intelligent, we can soak it up, and hopefully in the future, we had something called Power Loop, which is something we really want to, and I'm very passionate about. It's going to have a whole collection of EVs and pump energy back into the grid. So it used to be thought of as EVs as being a massive drain on the grid and how we're going to pay for all that infrastructure upgrade, when actually EVs, with their flexible demand and supply in the future, could be a massive asset to providing grid stability in a fully renewable future, which is what we believe so much for here at Octopus. For me, because I've wanted to work in the industry for so long, sitting from the sidelines, it's like this has been the obvious track to the future. Like wind and solar combined with smart grids and batteries and EVs is the future. Mm-hmm. It's going to be cheaper, and it's a massive economic opportunity, and it's been sold incorrectly as like a compromise for the catastrophe of climate change, when actually it's a great chance for us to expand the economy and create jobs. And all the other incumbents, well, a lot of them have been dragging their feet, and I think it's up for companies like Octopus to really push the boundaries and move the industry forward, which is why I work here. It's why all my colleagues are very passionate if you speak to them, because we're going to change the world. It's going to be, I think, the most positive transformation in humanity's history, definitely in my lifetime. So why wouldn't everyone want to get on board? That's how I see it anyway.
Well, I think you've already spoken everything that needs to be said, really. Yep. So excellent. Thank you so much. I think there's absolutely no point whatsoever in sort of talking about, obviously, where to find you. But just in case if anyone wants to find you, where can we find you?
Well, I'm at the stall here for the next hour, so get down fast. But obviously, other than that, there's our website. It's very easy to browse through. We do everything from heat pumps to solar and battery storage, leasing cars. Personally now, we do personal contract hire. So you can do that as well. So yeah, get online and check us out.
Well, thank you so much, Andrew.
You're welcome. Thank you.
No worries. Thank you.